Hello everyone! The newest agent in Valorant is about to be released, an initiator from Colombia named Tejo. We're going to dive into all the new lore in the trailer that Valorant just released called Initiate V.25. The video opens up with Tejo walking into Valorant headquarters. As the video goes on, we see flashes of some things our agents are up to. Lots of the agents are at Gecko's house, where he hosted the squad for carne asada. The agents who can't really leave base playing video games, with Omen throwing his controller after losing, and Clove and KJ at a concert. Remember that over the past few months, the agents have been on leave. The threat of the Scions of Hourglass on Abyss has been neutralized, for now, and so Sage and Brim approved time off for the agents. Brim is watching over the locations of his team, when it seems that they all get a call back to HQ. Tejo walks into the command center, where Brimstone is, and says,
¿Qué hubo, Cucho? El parche está listo.
Which translates to, "How's it going, old man? Is the crew ready?" This type of greeting of calling Brim an old man seems familiar, like the two know each other from way back. Or perhaps Tejo knows a lot about Brimstone already, so he just knows that the team often calls Brim old or old dog. The in-game descriptor of Tejo says that he is a veteran intelligence consultant, so maybe he just has his way of getting information like Faye did when she blackmailed the team before joining. Finally, now getting to see Tejo's face, we can see that he appears to also be an older gentleman, so another old dog has joined the team. He is wearing his signature orange sunglasses that we saw in his first teaser. He's got another scar running down his neck that is reminiscent of the scar we saw on his arm that we thought could be Radivor related. In the last patch, Vice told us
My interversal probes have been sending me improbable readouts all day. I initially assumed I'd encountered a malfunction, but the readings spiked on each of the probes in sequence, like a wave rolling through a string of buoys.
The current guess is that Tejo may be related to the Interverse and the Radivors somehow, and so perhaps Tejo's ultimate interacts with the Interverse, since his ultimate is almost like the ripple of a wave. Otherwise, we don't get much about the Interverse in this trailer. One thing we do see that is a bit bizarre are these purple-looking shards. The color of it almost reminds me of Iso's purple, and how his ultimate brings people into an arena within the Interverse. I could be way off though, I'm really not sure what the purple is. As the trailer progresses, we get a news outlet view of huge celebrations going on in Paris, Bangkok, and Toronto, where they are currently celebrating the anniversary of First Light. All of these locations are where the big VCT events of 2025 are happening. Masters being held in Bangkok and Toronto, followed by Champions in Paris. So why are they celebrating First Light? First Light was where a sudden flash went off and the entire global electrical grid went out for a few minutes and caused our Earth to split into the Mirrorverse, where there are now two versions of Earth, one being Alpha Earth, where the Valorant Protocol are located, and the second being Omega Earth, where the Valorant Legion are. If you're confused about this, I'll link some videos that explain it down below. The news segment translated from French reads, Kingdom commemorates First Light. Adeyemi expected on stage. Kingdom promises a whole year of celebration. And events planned for... The most interesting of these is the line that says Adeyemi expected on stage. Phoenix's real name is Jamie Adeyemi, and before he joined Valorant, he was a theater kid who went to performing arts school in Peckham, which is a district in London where Phoenix is from. The reason this sparks interest is because on Alpha Earth, the Valorant Protocol and its members are secret from the general public. However, on Omega Earth, the Valorant Legion agents are sung heroes of the world. So, on Omega Earth, the world would know about Phoenix, and perhaps they asked him to perform something for this First Light celebration event. This leads us to believe that the events occurring here are on Omega Earth's Paris, which means one of two things. Either most of the agents we see in combat in this cinematic are Omega agents and they are fighting against a different threat than Alpha Earth's Valorant, which we will come back to later, or Tejo and the Valorant agents we see are Alpha agents infiltrating Omega Earth's celebration. It's more likely that it's the former, based on Brimstone's headquarters screen showing the Omega symbol. As the team is running around on these missions, we see Tejo's abilities in action. We see his bot scouting ahead in a remote missile launch at Pont de Bercy in Paris. We see him using his missiles in Bangkok as well to make space for Jet and Phoenix to push in. Tejo uses a remote detonator to set off a few of his abilities. If you look closely, you'll notice this little image on it. It looks like a bird in flight to me, with the trail of the bird looking similar to Tejo's ability trails. One theory I've got right now is that the image may be that of a group he used to work for. With it being a bird, my mind went to Brimstone, who led a group in the military called the Ragged Ravens. This spray is probably the Ragged Raven symbol, which doesn't fully line up with the image on Tejo's detonator, but it gave me a similar vibe if nothing else. Since there's a possibility that Brimstone and Tejo know each other, it's possible they were both in the Ragged Ravens. Again, Tejo is described as a veteran intelligence consultant, so maybe Tejo was in the military or was hired by someone Brim worked for in the past, like the military or even Kingdom. But this is all a super loose theory, so let me know what you think. In the first teaser we got, I wasn't sure if Tejo was wearing a glove or had a prosthetic or something else on his left hand. But we now know that he's wearing gloves with a bracer over top, similar to Brimstone's bracer. Tejo's teaser card was depicting this little device he puts into his bracer, which seems to be what shoots out when he sends out his missiles. Back to the trailer, we also see Jet and Chamber fighting people in white uniforms near what looks like a French church. I originally thought it was Notre Dame in Paris, but thanks to Strawberry for pointing out that the depiction in the video doesn't fully match up to the architecture of Notre Dame. So either this is a different church in France, it is Notre Dame but not fully depicting it, or it's just a drawn-up church with no real-life counterpart. Jet and Chamber are fighting these soldiers on Omega Earth, and it seems that these people are some new organization. Their uniforms and symbol are both things we have never seen before. Let's revisit the idea that the agents we see are Omega Valorant agents. Then Omega agents are fighting against these soldiers, but why? Are they a threat sent over from Alpha Earth? An Omega group trying to take over something? We see the soldiers seem to have some kind of tie to whatever the purple rocks are. They are leading some kind of giant vehicle in a wasteland with the purple stuff, as well as fighting against the agents in areas where the purple rocks are. I'm not sure if these soldiers are from Alpha Earth or Omega Earth, but regardless, the Valorant Legion has been sent to take them out. We also see them near a portal with the Kingdom Industries logo. Remember that Kingdom Industries is Omega's version of Kingdom Corporation on Alpha Earth. It's hard to tell if they are coming in or going out of the portal, so all we can do is speculate about who the group is, so let me know your theories. I know you all are wondering if Tejo is Agent 8. Well, unfortunately he is not. In the new Battle Pass, we see his Agent ID card and it is labeled Agent 27. So for now, Agent 8 is still known and as elusive as ever, and we are waiting and hoping to see them someday. Lastly, it seems that Valorant is now doing away with the episode format for Valorant and are instead moving to year-long seasons. The first one of this kind is called V.25 for the 2025 year-long season. Each season will have acts like before, but they will go throughout the whole year. I'm curious how this will play out and why the sudden change in format. I'm hoping this increases the amount of lore we get, especially since Riot dev David Nottingham tweeted this. Once Tejo fully releases, I will dive into his voice lines and we'll probably get some more lore and questions answered. I hope to see y'all then, and thanks for watching. God bless. Bye!